Good morning, everyone. Kansas Sports HQ here, episode 31 of Season 2. We're going to have Nick Topp join us with the Headset app. They're a new partner of ours with the Kansas Collegiate League Baseball and the Summer Ball Showdown. But first, Sheldon, how are you?
I am blessed, highly favored, and better than I deserve.
Oh, wow. You know, we're missing a couple characters today. Obviously, Naj doing some things. He's got the kids' Gritchin things going on, and then Sean's on his way in, so we just loaded him in so everybody can see how pretty the Kansas Sports HQ sign is.
Actually, we're interviewing Winston Waldman right now.
Oh, gotcha.
The microphone's kind of in his nose.
Oh, yeah.
He's ready to talk.
So Winston, are you ready for the baseball season?
Yeah.
Oh,
sounds good.
Exactly. Are you ready to?
That should have been our April Fools episode.
Oh, talking to a mascot. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Okay.
Winston's totally telling us he's tired of sitting next to a bunch of other people here. I wouldn't say, I can't say the words that he mentioned, but you know, all that fun stuff. But yeah, we're excited to chat with Nick, learn more about the Headset app. They're out of the Nebraska area. We actually have had a player reach out who currently works for them. He's played in the Summer Ball Showdown, played in the league, thought it would be cool. And then they also have an intern that is playing for one of the teams in our league as well. So super cool about that and learning all those things. I first want to mention we apologize for letting everybody down yesterday. There's just so much crap going on that we had to blitz a town for host families. So if you're watching this, we need host families in Mulvane. We have a great roster set up. We're about 10 beds shy. And if you see this and you want to be a host family, let us know. Lots of cool things. Help an athlete chase his dream. Be a part of their lives forever, discounts to everything that we do within the team, and then just some other fun opportunities for the kids in the communities and all of that good stuff. So,
yes, a lot of conversations going on around that, which is good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're loaded in. Come on.
All you gotta do is join us. Hey.
We were showcasing the sign a little bit.
Winston actually tuned in and started trying to talk.
The microphone's by his face, so
Winston can't talk.
But yeah, no, even if you're not in the Mulvane area, if you're even Wichita area, I'm talking to people in Kingman and Douglas. I'm talking to anybody and everybody that is willing to talk about hosting at the moment because, well, frankly, the community isn't stepping up at the moment, but hopefully they do. So, and that's really the biggest gap we got is in Mulvane. El Dorado's got a little one, but they're talking to a ton of people as well, and they got another meet and greet. They're going out to a chamber event. So a lot of moving parts. May's always crazy. So it's just a lot of different things. So Sean, before we get the guy on, how are you feeling this morning? How are you doing?
Better than I deserve.
Huh?
That was already used. That was already used.
So it gets said twice. I actually said both of them.
He said all of them. He put them all together. Like used a comma and included that. And
you know what I mean? You're always included in here, so I'm not gonna leave.
No, don't try to make it about me.
I'm not gonna leave your sayings out. Okay,
that's funny. That's funny.
But yeah, so going from there.
You guys already started. I was just gonna go down.
Yeah. Nope. We want you to be involved. Nick is joining us here. What's up, Nick? I'm Dave. Sheldon is across from me with the long hair, and then Sean is here with us. He is one of the coaches on the Valley Center Mud Dauber staff.
Camera got blurry.
It did go blurry.
Can we hear you, Nick?
Oh, there it went.
Nope. Can't hear you.
I mean, we could try it this way.
Oh, yeah.
Old school.
Oh,
old school
the
conversation?
calls and everything with here's what you're hitting, here's what you're throwing.
What's his indicator?
Let's see here.
Finger up.
Cap is usually
finger up.
It doesn't show that you're muted, Nick. It might be your headset.
I don't think does he have a headset on?
It looks like he's got earpods in or something.
Oh, there you go.
Still nothing. Little technical difficulties.
Nick, you might close it down and then rejoin the link. Fair
We got
enough.
state of the art technology here.
Yeah, we'll be
We
here.
should.
trust me.
Yeah, I mean,
We
yeah.
ain't going anywhere.
Showcase it every day.
Yeah, you
Heck
know.
yeah. Oh.
No.
He said,
How was cleaning?
Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
How's the GPG looking?
Good.
I
Clean.
have a question. Do you call it sweeping the floor or vacuuming the floor?
Vacuuming.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah. Somebody call it sweeping.
Sweeping's with a broom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious.
I mean-
some places, you're not from Kansas.
Oh, so you mean like how people do pop and soda?
Yeah, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
they call a shopping cart a buggy.
Really?
Yeah, some places.
I call it a shopping cart.
Where?
Some
In
pla-
Australia?
No,
I just
no,
call
up
it a-
north.
I'm
Up north,
actually
like
Really?
you get your buggy or
just I just call it a cart.
That's fair.
No shopping.
No shopping cart, but there's also
I actually
people
call
who
it
A
whe-
ride.
a wheelie.
It's my ride.
There's also somebody, some weird words that it's always a Coke. Hey, I'll take a Coke
even
instead
if
of
it's not
soda.
a
Yeah,
Coke.
yeah.
Yeah. Which
That
is
one's
weird.
annoying.
Yeah. Like I'll
Okay,
take
but what do you want?
a Coke.
It's like
Cocaine? Oh, we got some of that.
Coca-Cola, Sprite.
brings out a Mountain Dew.
Mountain
That's
Dew.
exactly.
Hey, thanks for the
Thanks,
Coke.
huh?
Hey, you want me to refill your Coke?
A lemon lime Coke. Didn't even.
Yeah, that's.
I grew up
nuts.
calling it pop, but eventually I changed it to soda because I had
Soda.
a friend who lived in Louisiana for a while. He called it soda, and I was like, all right, sure.
Yeah, soda. I mean, I'd rather call it soda than pop.
Culture my little Iowa soul.
I'm not gonna call it soda. I don't.
It's always
think I
been a
could do it.
pop for you.
Always been pop.
I liked calling it soda.
Really?
Maybe
Yeah.
soda pop.
No.
There he is again. Let's see what we got.
Nah.
No, it's not muted on my end.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
Try to mute it and unmute it, just to see on the board.
Yeah, just come join us in studio.
Very interesting. Send him a new link. He's gonna come in and it's just gonna bust these things.
Yeah,
knock
Nick's
us
all the way
down.
up.
That's
The other day we were having like a conversation about the partnership, and when I loaded in, I couldn't talk to them on their Google Meet.
Hmm.
And then now we're having the same issue here, but
Kind of.
really, I don't
purpose.
necessarily understand unless he's on a computer.
You're getting them back for not allowing
Yeah,
you
just
to talk.
he's probably got
technology-
he's probably got an Android.
technology.
Well, at
You're-
least Androids don't
you aren't
spawn
wrong.
us.
It is green when I text him.
He's got an Android. That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to go back to the Android.
No. Whoa.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
I got my reason.
Okay. You're holding them close. Don't want to.
I mean, you
say
can
'em.
probably assume what I'm going to say.
Dude, I can't do those. No shot. Speaking of the tech that we're going to use there, though, are we going to get for like all the teams and like, should we get headsets for everybody? I was thinking about this last night. Like, we're going to learn about what they're talking about there, but like for operational teams and stuff like that, do you think we should
mean
just
like
get them?
Microphones?
Yeah, like headsets, like what we used at the SBS last year.
We have 12. I can't. The only thing is they're not individually charging, so you'd have to.
Get each team.
Yeah, maybe two. I don't know. I just can't imagine Winston walking around with a headset on.
I just think from a like if
Now,
you had
do it
3
now.
to 4, if you have 3 to 4 per team, 3 you could probably get by.
Calling the
You got press box, dugout, concessions, I guess. But then if you have somebody in your beer garden, you know what I mean, you could have 4, and then you got a microphone or a headset in each one.
How would it be in the dugout? The only person that could have that headset in El Dorado would be Scotty.
Scheffler?
Scotty
Somebody
Pippen.
could have
Yeah.
it.
Pippen
You just
Pfeiffer.
designate someone to have it, so that way if there's things that need to be, hey, we need this in the dugout. Okay, I'll go get Rod.
Yeah, I mean, if that's we can definitely look into that.
I was just thinking,
like 4.
yeah, we were talking about this. Like, I don't know, it makes life easier than running around everywhere. Like, oh yeah, let me go get them. Oh yeah, let me go get them, because then it's just a mess. Plus the press box, when they have questions about, people like their names and like, hey, who's this guy? What's his number? Because that's the number one thing when you're keeping the book. You're like, wait, who the hell is this kid? Like, he's not here. He's not there. Like, so you could radio down, be like, who's this guy?
I think this year I'm going to go get a book, and I'm just going to keep book at first base.
You should.
Yeah.
Honestly, old school book is the best, and it keeps you most engaged in the game.
You remember Carl Crawford?
The name sounds familiar.
Baseball player.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was left hand. Was he black dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he play with the Red Sox?
Yeah. He did for a little bit, yeah.
Wow.
You see,
Did you just pull that out of the Rolodex? What the
Right
deal?
there.
Yep.
I
I follow this account on X. It's called That Guy Rocked MLB. So just post players. It's like that guy rocked Carl Crawford or whoever it is that day.
Let's see what we got. Nick, can you hear us?
I hear something.
Please tell me you can hear me.
Yeah. Winner.
We're
I was gonna say
innovators.
this is
We
gonna
can solve
be a
problems.
Ladies
real
and gentlemen,
ironic
we got
if
'em.
the headset app can't get audio. This is gonna be a tough start.
The
Option
There he
3
goes.
works.
There we go.
we blame the Android.
Fair enough.
Tell us.
Happens from
Let's
time to
actually
time.
start your questionnaire with this before we get into anything serious. Why Android? What's your reasoning?
You know what? I actually have an opinion on this. I think Apple is a phenomenal tool for many. I think people that like to fiddle and customize, I think Android does, like, it allows you to mess around and be excuse me, nerdy enough to like make things fit the way you want them to fit on your device. And so I think I don't actually have any like I have a bias towards Android because I like to fiddle, I think is really my answer.
Okay.
Sheldon here's he wouldn't allow me to be in any group chats or anything until I got
I just can't.
Apple.
The group chat is the
He's
thing.
an elitist.
They need to
is what it
integrate.
is.
They should integrate that to where it works better.
He bullied me
between
into
them.
getting an iPhone.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
This
when you-
office bullied you into that.
Yeah, the first time I heard, everybody accused me of being a green dot, and I was like, this is like 4 or 5 years ago. I was like, I don't know what that
exactly.
means.
It's a little bit.
Android
nicer than
users
what
are the
we
most
said.
discriminated against people.
But
on Earth.
look at what color his shirt is.
Yeah, that's fair. See, he's programmed.
Yeah, Android.
I'm gonna go back to the fam.
Stop it.
Anyways, man, so glad we could have you on, and I'm excited for our partnership. Sheldon is the commissioner of the KCLB. As we were saying earlier, Sean is a coach with the Valley Center Mud Daubers, and then I don't coach anything. I just run around like a chicken with my head cut off and do some fun things. So talk to us about your app. We have a former player that played in our league and played in the Summer Ball Showdown reach out to us, and Alex, and now you have an intern who's playing, I believe, for the Kansas Curve, right?
Yep, that's right. That's correct. Yeah, we have got a group of 3 interns in Seward, Nebraska that are just crushing it for us right now. And they are, man, I'll tell you what, gives you hope for the younger generation. These guys are really doing an excellent job. Very impressive. But yeah, a couple of them are baseball players. I think they just made it to, they just got picked for a regional, so they were pretty excited yesterday.
That's awesome.
Also very excited for the summer season. So they have been a really good introduction into some leagues just like KCLB and the Summer Ball Showdown. And yeah, really also excited to partner with you guys this summer and looking forward to that too. The headset app is, always happy to talk about the headset app. We're actually coming into our 3rd year of baseball. We started testing an idea back in 2022. It was actually around football. Our whole goal was to replace traditional football headset systems. So you guys are all familiar with like the traditional headsets.
I want one of those.
It was really good. What happened in the exact same timeline is in baseball, they made coach to catcher communications legal very broadly, kind of high school and beyond. And so that was a perfect opportunity for us to step into both markets. And over the course of the last 2.5 years, we've actually become substantially larger in baseball. We started the very first year with just an audio, like a direct audio solution. So coach downloads the headset app on his phone. Catcher downloads the headset app on their phone. They join a channel, create a one-way communication, and then they have the ability to talk directly to their catcher on the field. Of course, the rules have started to evolve, and we've evolved as well. And so coming into our third year, kind of halfway through or ending the spring season and coming into the summer, we have created a couple of fun things. One is a pitch call menu. And so we actually created the ability to send pitches. So there's a pitch call menu and you can send pitches on the menu. When you hit that, it sends the pitch into the channel. We also created a couple of integrations on smartwatches. So you can actually send pitches via audio into the channel or to a smartwatch. So you have a little bit of diversity in how you want to receive a pitch call here in the 2026 baseball season.
Very interesting. So
Nice.
are you up to date? Because I am not, although I probably should be. So how many people in the college level are allowed to communicate with this, like on the field?
Yeah, it depends very broadly on each league's rules.
Okay.
But generally speaking, college has really moved toward an all-team pitch call solution capability. A lot of them have migrated to the watches. And so I think it's just because that's kind of what's available on the market today. And I know everybody's sort of, trying to innovate and try to understand exactly what the best and most effective way to communicate to players on the field is. We have a handful of programs that use, all watches for their whole team. We have probably more volume of coach to catcher and pitcher, and coach to catcher, pitcher, middle infield, and maybe a center fielder. Generally the feedback we get, and it just kind of varies by team, but generally the feedback we get is sometimes those watches can be super distracting, or they're looking down and people are stealing on them while they're looking down at the watches. And so I think coaches are kind of trying to figure it out, and we're kind of trying to be supportive along the way with them as well.
It's interesting because the reason like the Red Sox kind of got dinged for stealing signs, they were using Apple Watches in 2018.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. It's right after that Astros thing, which we all know what they.
So you get your little ding, check it, and go, almost, or
Yeah,
while you're running the bases.
Yeah, it's interesting. So they actually do like kind of Apple Watches or whatever watches out there on the field right now.
Yep, yeah. So we created a partner app. It's called a companion app, but it's the same thing where it creates a one-way communication, and then it sends directly from the phone to the watch itself.
Okay.
And it cuts off all the other communication capabilities.
So I know my senior year was 2022. So it was the first year like we were allowed to do because the catcher had like a little pack on him. Wasn't super mobile kind of thing, but a little pack on his belt or strapped to his back with the earpiece, and then our pitching coach was relaying the pitch calls to him. So that's pretty cool that it's kind of continuing to evolve and making that a little bit easier. I'm an old head baseball, so I like the old like signs and everything, but I understand that it gets easy to pick up on if the other team has somebody kind of looking at you the whole time.
I agree with that, but I also agree there's like a loss of pageantry to the game, or like you miss some of the theatrics when you get rid of the traditional signs.
Do you have
guess
a
that's
way
the
on
overhead.
the watch, like a way to make it to where I don't have to read it, but I can feel it?
Ooh.
And I'll
I
take
think 1% is all he's asking for.
Yeah, go ahead and note that down. Remember
Yeah.
that.
Like zzz, zzz, zzz,
0.1%.
fastball. Zzz.
We'll negotiate later. It's fine. But
Yeah, I love it.
the reason that I think about that is from an infielder perspective, because I wouldn't look at it because I don't want to, like, when I'm thinking about in-game adjustments and like what I'm paying attention to during the game and watching all the things that I'm watching, especially as a shortstop, there's a lot that's going on to be in the right position, right? So if I know that, because obviously we're in a position to somewhat see the signs, but it's hard still from that point. And we get into a flow state of like understanding kind of what we're going to do and getting the idea there. Like, so I can't say that I would need it every time. Like, I was enough baseball IQ to understand what the count is, what to be expected, what are our guessing, and scouting reports too. It's just a lot of information though. So if you're able to find a way to buzz that, and you wouldn't even have to like do it, I wouldn't get too complex. I would just say, fastball or off speed, you know, because that's really all I care about. Because then I'm positioning myself accordingly, understanding that, hey, off speed's coming here. So, you know, depending on the hitter, you know, I might take a 2 shuffle to the right because I'm expecting this dude to pull side based off of this being an off speed pitch. If he's a good hitter, right? If it's not, I might go the other way because I'm like, yeah, this dude's going to roll over and it's not going to happen over there, right? Based off of, it's a guessing game. But something where you could just send like a little notification buzz to where it's like, hey.
By the way, in the Apple world, that's called a haptic shock. So, you know, short versus long.
Yeah, like if it's going to be off speed, you know, it's a short one. You know, but if it's going to be, you know, something that's hard, like longer, you know, whatever, something along those lines.
Now, the only problem with that,
we're sending shocks instead of beating on a drum.
The only problem with that is if there is a runner on second and he hears it, he can signal to the batter then what is coming. Now,
maybe
I don't know.
Might not be.
That's tough to hear though.
On the haptic side
I don't
of
even
it,
hear my watch half the time. It's on me.
On the haptic side of it, you would never hear it.
No, it's a feel.
It's a feel. Yeah, it would be instead of a ding.
It's just a.
Because what he said is he said the direct link.
I'm talking about your watch.
Oh,
yeah, the direct link between the devices, it shuts down everything else. So technically, you should be able to control which way the notification comes across, whether that's a text that just goes bzz, or a long text that's bzz, bzz.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're wearing an Apple Watch, which you don't. You would see the like a Facebook message is beep beep, where a normal text message is just beep.
Yeah.
However that works. I mean, there's different ways, and then a phone call just is annoying the whole time. Yeah. But again, like that's a cool idea to think about. So when your companion's hooked up, how many devices can you link to it?
So it's generally speaking, it's one either phone, one phone per watch or earbud. And so, generally what we tell coaches and players is, download the headset app, invite your players to download the headset app on their phone, and then keep that phone elevated and in good line of sight to them on the field. And, generally you run into no issues whatsoever from a Bluetooth range standpoint.
Wow.
So even like a center fielder would be able to catch the sound.
Yeah, we generally tell
Bluetooth.
I mean, we've tested hundreds of devices, but like obviously your name brand stuff's going to be a lot better than your like $10,
right.
Amazon stuff. Like this stuff does not generally have very good Bluetooth range, so we always recommend, AirPods will work. Apple and Android watches will work. Kind of stay away from the 19 and under. Amazon deals.
Brand.
What about like Garmin watches? Will those? I mean, those things are crazy.
Garmin is interesting. They are really locked down on their software. We have not built a Garmin product yet. We build directly to Apple and Android, which is a Wear OS.
What about Fitbit? Because those are slimmer, and most people can wear those and feel that. I mean, they just look like a bracelet.
A lot of people do.
Yeah,
field-wise.
Very interesting question. Fitbit is we should look this up, but somebody bought Fitbit recently, so I think their operating system is going to migrate.
I know who.
But we'll. But yeah, it'll be interesting to watch. But hopefully we can, the more we can diversify watches, obviously the better.
Google bought Fitbit for $2.1 billion.
Just a little pocket change.
Fair deal.
Wonder who that is.
Yeah. Ooh. So on the device side of it, that's awesome stuff. What will that bring for the KCLB teams, and then also for the Summer Ball Showdown teams that watch this? They're going to get a free weekend pass to give it a shot. You're going to talk to them, tell them how to do all these things. What all is that going to do for them before we dig deeper into like your partnerships and stuff?
Yeah, heck yeah. So start on the league side. So super excited to partner with the league. We are going to offer up to 10 total users for the whole season for every team that's part of the KCLB. My recommendation there is I would just start simple. So I think what happens is there's people like me in the world that get really excitable and they go, oh my gosh, I could use this in 15 different ways. And what
Sure.
happens is it kind of turns into this creative logjam of like, I'm going to put it in the box and I'm going to have my umpires on this and and it's like, okay, hold on. Our recommendation is just use it to start, like coach, catcher, pitcher. Maybe start with a coach, catcher, pitcher, like get the hang of it, get used to, like, it is not a difficult system, but the more people you add, it just takes a little bit of learning to know how to add them and how it all fits together. But highly recommend starting with either an audio or a watch, coach to catcher or coach to catcher pitcher. And then with those extra users that these guys will have access to, you have the opportunity to add, a bullpen or add a extra coaches or however you want to use it. We have a lot of people that'll put somebody in the box over time, but wanted to offer up to 10 users just so you have the kind of full free range to do that. But don't get hung up on finding the 10 ways to do it right away. Just use the basic tool to start with, and then work your way up from there.
We wire up the umpire, and then
Oh,
every time
dude,
he
yeah.
misses the call, he's like, ball, and we're like, strike. You just keep bugging him. Yeah, we're definitely not allowed to do that, I don't think. But
that's
No.
right. We went down
It would
a
be
rabbit
fun.
hole with a league one time where they wanted the umpire mic'd up to the booth so they could talk through before they announced it over the PA or whatever. And it was like, okay, there's too many weird
Their
variables.
version of Call New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then same thing with the Summer Ball Showdown. So super excited to partner. It is a full weekend pass. So all teams that are attending and part of the Summer Ball Showdown will have a full weekend pass to use the headset app in the same capacity. So I think that's up to 5 user, kind of depends on what the tournament requirements are. But again, highly recommend coach download the headset app. Invite your players to download the headset app on their phone. Start with earbuds or maybe a watch, and then work your way up as you go, and you'll have full access to that. And we'll be there too to help support. Again, it should be super self-explanatory. You should be able to walk yourself through it pretty quickly and be up and running in less than 2 or 3 or 4 minutes. But always, just like jumping on this call today, sometimes there can be a Bluetooth connection issue or something like that too. So we get that. So we can be around to help for that as well.
Awesome. I'm excited for that. I know I talked to a couple of the KCLB coaches about it, and they're like, "Oh, interesting. We'll have to look into that." And then the guy that runs the curve, he was like, "Oh, I have an athlete. Is it Cade?"
Yeah, Cade Banis. Yep.
Yeah. So he knew exactly who that was and was excited to have that conversation to see how all that moves forward. But during our original conversation, you had talked about your cool partnerships. I mean, with other leagues and other opportunities out there. Kind of shed some light on that. How long you've been working with them, and how they have helped you grow the app.
Oh, for sure. We have a handful of league partnerships that we've been able to acquire over the last 2 to 3 years. It's been really fun. I don't know if we need to name dropping is a good idea or a bad idea.
It's fun.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we are super excited to partner. Some of our first partnerships were with the Northwoods League and the Prospect League, the summer collegiate team. I mean, similar to what you guys are doing. Really fun to kind of walk through the evolution. New to the game, right? They joined us right at the beginning and had an opportunity to partner with them and make sure, define and refine the product itself and make sure that we're making in a simple way to what's the simplest path to getting up and running and moving. And so they've come along with us, and they've also been great partners in testing out new products with us as well. So testing out the play call menu or the pitch call menu. We also introduced another play call menu, which I don't know how deep we want to get into some extras. So people are like, this is great. I love doing pitch calling, but what I'd really like to do is add in some pick plays. And so we built in a play call menu that's a simple, one more swipe to the right, and you got an entire customizable menu. So programs like those guys and other league partnerships have been integral in helping us build, product that coaches want. That's an interesting a little bit of a teaser. So the next layer of development that we are in the middle of working and prototyping right now, hoping to have this out here for the summer, but would love to have the KCLB join in our beta testing for a pitch
Okay.
charting tool that we're building. And so that's just a
Oh,
layer on top of that where the
okay.
coach can call the pitches, and now you have the ability for either the coach or a secondary person to chart the pitches and hopefully save some time. But we received, I mean, it was almost unanimous feedback of like, if we could get somebody to help us chart pitches quickly so I don't have to go back and do these things later or piecemeal information together, we would love that. And so we're right in the middle of testing that out internally right now, but hoping to get a prototype and a beta test out this spring yet for programs. So again, it'll be a learning opportunity for all of us, and we're excited for coaches to tell us like, hey, this is awesome, or hey, this sucks, like this needs to change, or it's not producing what I want it to do. And so that gives us really good actual coach feedback before we bring it to market.
Yeah, that would be awesome, especially just to save time in general, and it's, relatively instantaneous. So you can kind of see that players, they obviously in the big leagues and things like that, they have access to that style of information immediately, so it's just kind of a trickle down effect there of players wanting to know what's going on.
Hmm.
Not everybody probably should be looking that deep into it, but it is kind of a cool feature for sure. I think people would love that and being able to. I wanted to ask, like, so you guys started in football, and then obviously baseball's kind of running rampant, which is great. Obviously us being in that space, but what's kind of, some of the, the growth or big picture stuff that you guys are looking to do? Have you kind of tailored away from or from football and only focusing on baseball now? Are you going to work with other sports, do you think? Like, what's kind of some of the big picture growth stuff?
Yeah, really good question. I tell you what, being what are we now, almost 4 years old, it is really fun to see the opportunity laying in front of us. Um, one of the biggest ways startups can fail is losing focus. There's too many things to do, and you try to build too many things. And so our goal has really been like, okay, we have these opportunities to go into other spaces, and like we should spend 10% of our time out there. So it's like, uh, theater programs and track events, and I mean there's rowing teams, and there's just an immense amount of like radio based communication needs out there where people are buying really expensive headset systems where they don't necessarily need to. We have customers in those spaces, but we are also acknowledging like our lane and our market is football and baseball. And so we want to stay in those lanes and build and continue to build with a focal point on football and baseball. I think generally what we are seeing in both the football space and the baseball space is how might we produce valuable data in real time back to coaches in a way that they want it. And so the pitch charting menu is kind of our next, in the baseball world, is kind of our next step to like, okay, we can pitch chart and we can produce live stats, like in-game stats. We can track, whiff percentage, and we can, I mean, really quickly. The step beyond that is like, and I think the bigger sports techs of the world are also kind of imagining what this could look like. But what could an AI coach look like? I think it's a fuzzy future state yet at this point for everybody, but I think there's kind of this fuzzy future vision of like, how could we get some additional, like really smart, analytics or recommendations along the way that could help us in a, you know, one-run game in the bottom of the seventh with this batter up, what has happened to them over the course of the game or the season or whatever. So I think that's kind of the fuzzy future vision. And we continue at the Headset app to move in that direction, both in baseball and in football.
That's awesome.
So what made you want to create this?
Uh, Problems. Everybody,
Elaborate a little bit.
totally. So our entire goal is our entire goal was to solve a problem. So In the innovation world, it's really a kind of a problem solution. We kind of live in this problem solution mindset. If there is a big enough problem, people are willing to make a change. And so we are trying to create a problem solver, or a gain creator is the kind of innovation guide terms for it. And so in 2022, this is kind of our genesis story, and it goes on and it goes up from there, kind of transitions and flows into baseball as well. But in 2022, my best friend, since we were 5, is actually the head football coach at Concordia University. And he came to me and he goes, I just got quoted $42,000 for a new headset system. He's like, I don't have 42,000. I have to go ask the donors for $42,000 for a new headset system. And I kind of went, ah, man, that sucks. And then a week later, he got another quote for $61,000 for a football headset system. And he
Jeez
looked at me, and
Louise.
I'm not exaggerating. He looked at me and he goes, tell me this can't work. And that was literally the back of the napkin over a beer conversation that evolved into like, wow, there really is nothing else on the market. And this is a space that hasn't been innovated in a very long time in any real way. And technology is at a point with, cell towers and phones and noise cancellation tools that are built in. And so it was just a really natural fit to start in the football space to produce a kind of budget-friendly alternative to the traditional headset systems. And what has happened in that is that we kind of started as a budget option, but what we found is we've got technology on our side. We are partnering with the headsets, and people have put billions of dollars of R&D into watches and earbuds, and we get to use those tools and focus on the software itself. And so we really get to become a tech company versus a hardware company in that aspect. And then the same thing on the baseball side. The other alternatives, we started as a budget option. And so instead of spending, it depends, anywhere from $400 to $2,000 for a Sean, like you talked about earlier, like a wire and a radio receiver, that works for a while, and everybody sticks their own ear, sticks the earbud in their ear, and for 450 to a couple of $1,000, we became a 22 users, so $40 a month solution. You can use your own gear. And then I quickly realized that we have access to information in both spaces that nobody's ever had access to before, which is coaches calling pitches audibly or over the pitch call system that we can use and track and manage. And then the same thing on the football side. Like, we are having access to information that nobody's ever had access to, which is like coaches talking and sending plays in. And that is a piece of the game that has just never been tracked before. So started as a budget solution and have really found like our goal is to be the best overall product, be such a valuable product that teams can't afford not to use the headset app. At least that's the goal.
Yeah, that's awesome. How do you guys do since you're storing so much information, how's the service on, you know what I mean? Like your server space and, keeping that information, like
Yeah.
how does that, I mean, I think this is always, where my thought process on this kind of, so I'll preface, but so we mic'd up our coaches and our umpires over the last couple of years, and for a lot of reasons, but mainly because we wanted to make sure that everybody's being held accountable for what they say, right?
Mm.
So if you're going to say things, you have an audio recording device on you that is going to track that. And if you're going to go pop off and say some stuff that you probably shouldn't be saying, or instigating an argument or a fight or something like that, like, you just better be aware that eventually that's going to get back to me and I'm going to know what you said. You can go say it, like, that's fine. Like, you can do what you're going to do. And some coaches take that approach and then they wear the responsibility of that, and that's okay. But, with that information being kind of, and we keep that in house, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
these are,
Totally. Yeah.
closed off audio devices. So if you're going down that road of storing some of this information and keeping some of that stuff, what's kind of the game plan with that? Because I assure you, when I approached our staff and told them that we were going to be recording them during games, they were like,
Yeah.
whoa, dude, like, we ain't doing that. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, we're gonna do it, but once they figured out it's not live audio, it's not stuff there, like they kind of
Yeah.
brought it down. The umpires was a little harder sell. That took me a year to get figured out, but they eventually did it as well. But so what's kind of the plan behind that, right? Where's the information go? Who has
Mhm.
that? What's all of that kind of look like?
Yeah, yeah, really, really good question. It's interesting because there's definitely going to be a bit of a shock value, and you've experienced it firsthand of like, some of this might be fireable stuff.
Yeah,
So like, how do we?
100%.
I don't think we want to sell this. I don't want people hearing these conversations. It's like what happens in Vegas. Um, Great question. I think one of the tricks. I think our goal is to make something that's can be incredibly complicated, simple. And part of the kind of secret sauce, I guess, is if to use a weird analogy, but like it's the trick, the hard part that we do that nobody see. Great question. Nobody ever asked this question, so I appreciate you asking it.
You're
But
fine.
our ability to like take these servers and to be able to scale up really, really quickly and then scale back down, so we're not sitting with a bunch of you know, really big expenses on our end. And so you think about a weekend tournament, or you think about, Friday night for football or Saturday for football. Like our volume flow is very peak and valley. And so some of the secret sauce for us is like, how do we manage that well? How do we get everybody up and on their servers really, really quickly without any sort of breakage or dead air or anything like that? And so um, the kind of behind the curtain work we've been doing up to this point is like, how do we do that well? And who do we partner with? And where does this live? And can we hit different servers across the world that give a faster, a lower latency between, somebody in Chicago versus somebody in the American Samoa? And so those are all like really interesting kind of behind the scenes works that we're working on.
It's awesome. Well, and I'll tell you, because our spaces, right, where you play baseball anyway, and especially in the towns that we play in, they don't have good service.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, we'll have one bar in a lot of places. So, when you start talking about some of the capabilities of how this information is going to travel, and then on top of that, we're trying to stream a game out there,
Yeah.
which everybody's pulling from the same stuff when you're in that centralized area. So, those remote locations are definitely, it's tough. Like, we've experienced it firsthand just trying. I mean, you should have seen us at times, like, crawling up backstops, trying to put boosters up, I mean, we have done just about everything you could think of to
Mm-hmm.
try and make some of that stuff work. So, I don't know. It's
Yep.
just something I'm interested in, that just because we've kind of
Yeah.
gone through it ourselves.
Yeah,
So,
that's a really good question and a good frame. And we candidly, that was like our number one concern going in, like coming to market is like is the cell service in a space, because we're in Nebraska, and if you don't have Verizon, like you can get Verizon in a duck blind, man. Like you can get Verizon wherever you want, but if you have AT&T, like you probably can get some coverage in some places, but not out in the Sandhills, right? Like not out in Western Kansas or whatever. So that was a number one worry for us. What we learned super quickly, which is thank goodness, is that you have kind of these different data pulls. Video obviously is your highest level of data pull. It's going to suck as much data as it can. Phone calls are under that by a ways. And then actually what we have found is we run on an RTC. And so it's just a audio, it's a web audio. So it actually pulls less data than even a traditional phone call.
oh, wow.
And so it was good to see like a lot of teams in kind of your more rural areas. Not all of them. We've heard it's been not a lot, but some say we're not quite ready because we don't have a tower up yet. But when we get a tower, we're in. And that has happened from time to time. But overall, is generally like if you have one bar of service, you should have just enough service to be able to at least use your audio, or
So
send pitches.
so technically, you're saying it pulls less than or equal to an SOS call
Yes.
on the emergency network. I
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. That's a
Interesting.
good way to put it.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I don't know that other people will ask that question, but that's definitely it's been a concern of ours because I'm telling you, we've been in some weird spots and just been trying to figure it out. And, so and a lot of stuff wouldn't work there
Yeah.
and things like that. So having things that you don't have to overthink it, like you said, like just keep it
Yeah.
simple. We can pull it out the box and we know it's going to work. Like that's it's relieving, I guess. But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's
awesome, man.
good. There's been this is a little bit of like a branch thought to what you're saying too. It's been interesting helping others learn how to use their own own devices.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of our phone calls are like I can't get my earbuds to Bluetooth to my phone, or so things like that. This is an interesting one too. So one of the most interesting things that we've learned is that your phone, so you're on a phone call in your house, you walk out of your house and your phone switches from Wi-Fi to data, and there's a little bit of a latency there. So
Mm-hmm.
generally what we tell people, and we've tried to put this up online and preface this as much as we can to help people learn, but sometimes you're in stadiums in baseball and there's like Wi-Fi, but it's like spotty Wi-Fi, and so your phone is going to try to click back and forth from data to Wi-Fi, and so sometimes it's like, okay, whoa, just turn off your Wi-Fi and you'll be good to go. And so, just as much as we
Mm-hmm.
can help people like use their own equipment well as we can, we try to do that. But it's it's a directly how they're experiencing the headset app, so we want to make sure they've got all the
Yeah.
tools they need.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, I think it's great. I think it's cool, especially because you're trying to hit, a space in a market where teams don't have a lot of money, and that's just the harsh reality. Especially, high school teams into college teams, and so things like that. And if you can make it affordable to where people can get excited about creating an edge and get excited about finding a way to make their game experience a little bit better and find ways to like I said, get that edge. I think that's there's a massive piece and market there for sure. So I wish you guys the best in that aspect and kind of keep growing. We're excited to use it and give feedback and be able to be some you know we'll give you a lot of feedback, trust me. So we'll be very communicative in that aspect, and hopefully it's just all good stuff, which would be awesome.
I'm
Yeah,
going to do my best to let the coaches talk directly to you instead of through me.
deal. Yep, I love it.
Yeah, it'd be easier that way because they'll be doing the real life stuff.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, in real
but
time, game time.
yeah. So here's your opportunity to do like any shout outs you want to do or whatnot. We're excited to partner with you on the SBS and the KCLB. But any shout outs you want to do before we let you get back to the grind?
Oh, I love it. Shout out to you guys. Like, let's go. This is fun.
All
This
right,
is
that might be a first timer actually.
Absolutely.
I
this
don't
is
think anybody's ever told us like, hey, we actually like you guys.
love
Finally.
it.
We have a friend.
You
Yeah.
guys have been super excited for the partnership, both on the league side and the Summer Ball Showdown. Your guys' willingness to kind of step into kind of the known, but like, this is kind of fuzzy. We're learning along the way, and you guys are stepping in to be partners with us. Exactly the partnerships we love to be part of, and looking forward to it.
It's awesome. Well,
Awesome,
thank you
man.
for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And whenever you're ready to negotiate on the haptic stuff, let us know.
Yeah,
We're
that's good.
we're more than willing to be the testers as well.
It's on a sticky note.
That's where all the great ideas
That's how
start.
that's how it
Exactly.
works. That's how it works.
That's right. All right. Thanks,
man,
guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. You have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, guys. See ya.
See ya. I mean, that would make a difference, I think. Because I mean, paying attention in
but-
the field, if I know the pitch
Would
and I know
you-
the hitter,
Would you roll your watch under then?
I'm sure people would if you had to read something. But if I don't have to read it, I can just feel it.
I don't know. Some people
Put it around.
All right, we're about to pray.
Yeah, no, that was just a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
What are your thoughts on that? You're a coach, so we're all about like testing new things and seeing where it goes and helping others grow. But you'll be like in the midst of it. So what is your opinion there?
It's cool.
He's so old school baseball.
It's cool.
No, I do think on
but,
the old
I mean,
school
if you're-
side, is it necessary? No.
Well, I think for
But
for
for the growth-
today's game, you need stuff like this because,
Well, kids get excited about it.
well, that, but they're also, the baseball IQ is
I was gonna say something else.
is a little bit lower nowadays.
Way lower. It's not even
Um,
remotely close.
That's why, especially in summer ball, and this not necessarily like the kids' fault. That's why it was so nice. Like last year, we had some upperclassmen who were on the team. I think that was just the ones from what's it? Texas A&M, Kensington.
Sure.
I don't know,
Go
but
with it.
that's not right. Don't feel saying it is, but
A&M
Kingston,
International.
Kingston,
Oh.
Texas A&M. Yeah. I still feel like that's wrong. Anyway,
UTPB.
Josh and
UTPB.
Nick. No, it wasn't that.
Dang it.
Josh and Nick, having them on the team, having some baseball IQ out there on the field was big time. I think that helped because we have a lot. I mean, every summer league team usually has a lot of younger guys, so stuff like this would be really helpful just to keep them really locked in the game too, and keep them prepared. And I'll be interested to see what kind of hitters too are picking up on stuff like that, though.
Yeah.
Like when they see, when communication happens to the pitcher, middle infielder, center, and they see them move around. If the batter's
Well,
paying attention to that,
Yeah, if you're a bad infielder, you would pick up on it, but
What do you mean if you're
you
a
wouldn't
bad
be able to
infielder?
see me move.
I wouldn't be able to see you
No,
move.
not a shot.
Oh,
By the time that I'm moving, the pitch is it's coming to you. So if you're watching me move, you ain't hitting it anyway.
it's just stealth.
He's
100%.
He is a ninja.
Like, I'm not moving until the pitcher has come set. So if you're gonna watch me move at that point in time, by the time that pitch
you'd
is
have
getting
to
to you,
have-
you're
I
in
don't know,
trouble.
man.
You'd have to
I
have
see a lot.
pretty
I see a lot of.
awesome-
I mean, like when first and third base coaches, how they got like in the MLB they got set into the box this year, so they can't leave the
Yeah.
coach's box now, because of sign stealing or whatnot. I see like late signals, and I mean this is MLB guys, of course, so it's different. But like Aaron, there's a video of Aaron Judge. He's sitting there, and his eyes are just
Mhm.
darting over there right away, just to see the signal coming in for
Yeah.
the pitch.
Yeah, peripheral.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'll be interested to see if hitters can pick up on that or not. Just seeing the infielders move around. No, I doubt. I mean, I doubt it. It is moving faster than maybe we think. Just sitting here thinking about it right now. But
Now, I do think that if you have a bunch of guys that, well, two things. One, in the beginning of a season, like we have in the summertime, having everybody be able to get on the same page, I
That'd
think that's
help a
super
lot, yeah.
beneficial, right?
'Cause they'll
Because
get-
players don't know each other yet. Like, I don't really
and
know
they
this
can really
pitcher,
between innings to talk
get
and
stuff.
and
Yeah, so I think that's a huge advantage. But
tickle each other's chin.
from
Golf tournament.
from the other side of it, if you call those things too early, then you set your defense up for failure. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be
It'd be like right
some
as the
timing
pitch is
there.
happening.
there's
so
timing to it,
making
or
sure the batter's
Exactly.
locked in, and
it
but I
adds
mean, hey,
it adds a new part to the game.
yeah, we had some of our players watch the catcher last year where
Yeah.
he's moving and
Sure.
spotting up and stuff. So
Oh, it's
it'll be interesting to see. Just like the game within the game is really fun to
the
keep
best,
track of
It's
and
like the best
watch.
part of
Yeah.
baseball.
And the mind games. Speaking of sign stealing, so there's an interesting pitch last night in the MLB against the good old Astros and the good old little gremlin Altuve. No. Shohei was pitching and threw just a demon sweeper. Like starts on the outside part, literally breaks 5 feet. And Altuve just
lunged at it.
awful swing. So like the pitching ninja, he made a video. It's like, could Altuve have hit that pitch with Altuve swinging himself? So they put a copy and paste of Altuve in his
With
hands
his bat,
and had
it
him
still
swing
couldn't
it.
get there.
I might have, but it's still like I'm telling you, the ball broke 5 feet off the plate. It was insane. But Ohtani gave old Altuve a little bit of a look afterwards because what this signal was, the catcher signal was fastball.
Oh,
And they threw the sweeper. And Ohtani looked like he was expecting fastball.
Or Altuve did.
Altuve thought it looked like he was expecting. Like, there's just not, this is just speculation.
Conspiracy, yeah.
Was
But
anybody
they're-
on base?
I don't know.
Oh.
But they were just like,
The ball ended up in
Astros
the
are
other
still
batter's
stealing
box, and
and he just waved at it
And
like
he's
a
like-
buffoon.
yeah, he's like ass out, leaning over as
He
far
wasn't
as he
even
can go.
remotely close.
No.
That's funny.
No, the ball literally, it started like out of the hand, maybe out of the hand. It's like on the outside, but then it broke past the left-handed batter's box, like past.
Catcher
Like the
didn't catch
dot.
it?
He did. He got over there just in time.
Yeah.
But it was like the ball broke insane amount, but it went like it should not have been swung at all. But
It was like the catcher had web gyms only
now,
going
like
on,
they're like the Yankees are really good. There's a few apparent. So I'm listening to my podcast, right, and they're talking. He's the main host of it, John Boy. He tore his Achilles, so he's got nothing to do all day except go like dive crazy into these deep end stats. He looked up what the team OPS is when a certain player is on second base. So
Oh.
who's the best at
Mhm.
catching
Tipping.
pitch
Yeah.
pitch tips? Ben Rice. The team is insane when he's on second base. Like Judge, whoever's up to bat. Like Judge's OPS is incredible. Bellinger, Stanton, whoever, and then also when Stanton's on second base.
Hmm.
So those two are the best at getting pitch tips and relaying the correct pitch into this. So like the Yankees as a team, pretty solid, and they're really obvious about it too.
What do they do?
Oh, they'll just like flap their arms or something to the bat. Yeah, like they'll just be like this or do something crazy. So they're like super obvious about, and a lot of people are just saying that just so they're not like being sneaky about it. They're just super because
just blatant.
yeah, they're just like totally telling,
That's hilarious.
and it's ticking like catchers off and stuff. It's like, hey,
Part of the game.
pitchers tipping it.
Mix
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
crazy.
know, that's wild.
it's fun.
All right.
But
Sean?
yeah, that's a cool little rabbit hole you can dive down. But the app and everything, that's way cool, and like saving people money like that, and especially because like everything's getting more expensive, and you can find an app that just connects everything, and you can use your own stuff. You just have to. I'm assuming it's a subscription type thing.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking,
yeah.
which is what everything's going to anyways.
Mhm.
Protein subscription, frog fuel
Frog fuel.
subscription. Yeah. Anywho.
And-
All right, it's cool combo. That guy's cool. That's I'm assuming the boys are from Concordia.
They're from Nebraska.
Yeah, Seward, Nebraska.
Well, that's
They
where
play
the
for
business
Concordia.
is. I'm not sure.
Well, if they're baseball players, they probably play. They were in our conference, so that's what I was going to ask. Forgot. Lord, thank you for this morning. Thank you for waking us up, giving us life. Thank you for being the creator, being a father, being the savior, and being sovereign over everything, Lord. You are in control. I pray for our communities. I pray for our teams and host situations to improve. Lord, put it on their hearts to open up their houses to our players, I pray. Have them talk it over with their family, with you, Lord, and I pray that they recognize it, though it could be a little nerve-wracking or scary or whatever, just like that they have an opportunity to make an impact on someone's life. So I pray and that more host families open up their homes in those communities. I pray that, and I just thank you for all the host families we already have who are so very good to us and support our teams and support the players. And just pray for that to get sorted out over the next few weeks, and just pray for us to be in constant communication with you as it gets really crazy these next few weeks leading up into the season, Lord, and keeping our peace and keeping our joy day in and day out, which is from you. In glorious name we pray, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Well, that's it for episode 31, season 2. Nick Topp joined us with the Headset app. We're excited to check it out with the partnerships in Summer Ball Showdown and the KCLB. We'll see you guys next time.